got an out-of-county person we're gonna deal with it first. That's why I handed me. Ms. George?
Oh, yes, Your Honor.
Yeah, the, Willie Miller?
Yeah. For the office, yeah.
Gonna get them on their way.
Section
Oh,
3.
okay.
Yeah, the note section will tell you what the offer is.
Yeah. I need to look a little more information about that. I don't know what the underlying charge.
You don't have to. Yeah.
You know what the underlying charge is for Mr. Miller? From Lucia? He's in an admission, but.
It says simple battery, Your Honor.
All right, let's bring him
Willie
on.
Miller. He's not here?
You got Willie Miller? Go wait on Willie Miller? All right, we'll jump back on that then. All right, let's go. Let's get in session here. Let's get my little barcode scan. All righty. I got it. We got it. Yeah, man, mess up my rotation. All right. I have an arraignment for a Jamie Fetter, 2021 MM 548 AL. You said your name, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
You said your name for me.
Yes, Your Honor. I'm Ferraro.
What's your name?
Amy Ferraro.
Oh, Ferraro. All right. Mr. Ferraro, you're represented by the Public Defender's Office. You've been charged by information with a crime of trespassing an occupied structure, refusal to leave. That's a first-degree misdemeanor punishable by 1 year in the county jail and $1,000 fine. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Ms. George, you want to enter? Well, let's get my state and my public defender on the
Your
record.
Honor.
One second. Hold on.
Kathy Kennedy Swans on behalf of the Office of State Attorney.
Taylor May on behalf of the Office of the State Attorney.
Letitia George on behalf of the Office of the Public Defender.
All right. And Ms. George, you want to enter a plea on behalf of your client?
Yes, we're going to enter a plea of not guilty, Your Honor.
All right. All right, sir, we enter a plea of not guilty on your behalf. We're going to set you for your future court dates in Division 62.
Division 62 pretrial conference, April 12th at 9 a.m.
So your next court dates are April 12th at 9 a.m. Make sure you keep in contact with your public defender between now and then. All right?
Could I file a 338 injunction and a 290?
You got to talk to your attorney about that, sir. So when you, after today, not right now, but later, you can talk. You make sure you keep in contact with your public defender. Call them on the phone. Make sure they get whatever paperwork you need to get filed. Okay. All right. Have a great day, sir. All right. Tell me your name, sir.
Daniel Floyd.
Say it one more time.
Daniel Floyd.
All right, Mr. Floyd, you're here in 2021 CF 2500AO. You're arrested on several charges. The first two are battery by strangulation, domestic violence, aggravated battery with a weapon, aggravated assault with a weapon, aggravated battery causing great bodily harm, and battery domestic violence. I have a witness in the witness booth. Ma'am, can you tell me your name?
Miranda Granley.
All right, Ms. Granley, can you raise your right hand and be sworn in? You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I swear.
All right, can you tell me how you know Mr. Floyd?
Mr. Fleur is my fiance of almost 2 years.
All right. And are you afraid of him?
No, not at all.
Do you want to have contact with him?
Yes.
Did drugs or alcohol play a role during this incident?
No.
And has anything like this happened in the past?
No, not at all.
If something like this were to happen in the future, do you feel comfortable contacting law enforcement?
Absolutely.
State, do you have any questions for this victim?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. George?
No, Your Honor.
I'm going to note for the record, though, with, that the victim here has appeared in court. She does have visible injuries to her person, including her left eye. There seems to have a hematoma showing. All right, Mr. Floor, I want to set your bonds as follows in this case. And I got one more question for you, ma'am. Are you aware of his prior domestic violence criminal history?
Yes.
All right. And he doesn't qualify for pretrial release? Ms. Davis? All right. All right, so I'm going to set your bonds as follows. It's going to be $1,000 on count one, $1,000 on count two, $1,500 as to count three, $1,000 as to count four, $1,000 as to count five, $1,500 as to count six, and $500 as to count seven. It's going to come with pretrial release supervision in this case. You will have absolutely no contact with the victim in this case. You are to maintain a separate residence from the victim in this case. You are to not possess any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. I'll give you a one-time return with law enforcement to retrieve any personal items you have at the location. Do you understand? Mr. Floyd, do you have any questions about the no contact order?
Sorry?
You have any questions about the no contact order?
No, sir.
All right.
Putting them on PTR for all of us, right?
Yes, ma'am. All right, thank you, ma'am. Have a great day. All right. Can you tell me your name, sir?
Rosanne.
I can't hear you. You're going to speak up, my man.
My name is Brian Anthony Rosanne Sr.
Rosanne is your last name?
Yes, Sr.
All right. Mr. Rosanne, you were here in 2021, MM72AA, for a charge of battery domestic violence. The court did review the charging affidavit. In this case, I did find probable cause for your arrest.
Happy.
I want to set your bond as follows in an amount of $500.
It sounds like okay with
Hold on. Let me finish.
no contact order.
Yes, sir. I'm trying to figure out.
Why is it?
Oh, wait, hold on. State, I have a note here from, on this face sheet that has a prior DV against the victim from January of this year.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, I did miss that when I was in my previous review of the case. I'm gonna set your bond amount of $1,500. There's gonna be no contact with the victim in this case. You're gonna maintain a separate residence from the victim. You're going to not possess any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. You are to possess no drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. I'll give you a one-time return with law enforcement to retrieve any personal items you have at the location while the case is pending. However, you are on community control in 2020, CF 13507 AO. And in that case, they're going to find the law enforcement has charged you with a violation of community control. Your bond will be stated at $0. Sir, you're a violent felony offender of special concern. You are not subject to bail or bond until your case is resolved. I want to appoint a public defender to represent you while you're in our custody. Have a great day, sir.
Good morning, Your Honor. This is Laura Bretaña, Spanish interpreter. The interpreter has already been sworn.
Good morning. I need your help with 1, 2, 3, 4 cases this morning. This is Judge Bain calling from the BRC. First case I have, the defendant does have the headsets on. Can you see if you can make a connection and he can tell me his name?
John Valerio. Sí, John Valerio.
Joan Valerio.
Okay. There it is. Mr. Valerio, you are here in two matters. The case you were arrested on is 2021 MM 1493AO. You were arrested for a charge of battery domestic violence. The court did review the charging affidavit in that case. It did find probable cause for your arrest. We want to set your bond in that case in an amount of $1,000. Condition of your bond is you have no contact with the victim. You are to maintain a separate residence from the victim. You are to, I'll give you a one-time return with law enforcement to retrieve any personal items you have at the residence. You may not possess any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. You were also arrested on a failure to appear warrant in 2019, CF 12486AO, and the judge in that case set your bonds at zero. I want to appoint the public defender to represent you as to those two matters. Have a great day, sir. All right. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Omar Mesa Durazno. Mesa
Oh,
Durazno.
Omar Mesa Durazno.
Sí.
Mr. Durasco, you are here in 2021 CT 1638AO on charge of no valid driver's license. The court did review the charging affidavit. In this case, I did find probable cause for your arrest. Stays an offer for Mr. Durasco to resolve his case today.
Yes, Your Honor. The offer this time is an adjudication, credit time served.
All right. Mr. Roscoe, the state of Florida is offering an adjudication of guilt, credit for the time that you spent in the Orange County Jail of 2 days. There's court costs in this case in the amount of $301 if you want to resolve your case today. Is that something you want to do today?
¿Me podría explicar más o menos otra vez? Que no lo entendí.
Could you please explain it again? I didn't understand.
Offer from the state of Florida if you want to resolve your case today and not have to come back to court. It's an adjudication of guilt. It's credit for the 2 days that you spent in the Orange County Jail. There's court costs, in this case, amount of $306. Do you want to take that offer today?
¿Y si voy a la corte?
And if I go to court?
You can go to court, but it's up to you if you want. If you don't want to come back to court, it's up to you.
Oh, ¿y regresaría bajo el mismo cargo?
So I would have to return to face the same charge?
Correct.
Una pregunta, ¿y los 2 días de cárcel no me los pueden quitar?
And I have a question. Can you eliminate the 2 days in jail?
You already served the 2 days in jail.
Oh, entonces ahorita sería pagar nada más la multa?
So I would only have to pay the fine?
Correct.
Ok, yo pago la multa ahora.
Okay, I will pay the fine now.
Pero el dinero lo traigo en mi tarjeta de crédito y la traigo en mis cosas personales que me incautaron.
Well, but the thing is that the money I will have to pay with a credit card, and I have it with my personal belongings that they have stored away.
I'll give you 1 year from today's date to pay the amount of money in full.
Ok, entonces acepto.
Okay, then I accept.
All right, sir, can you raise your right hand and be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help me God?
Lo juro.
I swear.
Sir, you're being charged in 2021 CT 1638AO with a charge of no valid driver's license. That is a second-degree misdemeanor. It's punishable up to 60 days in the county jail and a $500 fine. Do you understand that?
Sí.
Yes.
Do you want to enter a plea of guilty or no contest to resolve your case today?
¿cómo me dijeron? Que ya cumplí los días de cárcel, entonces solamente pagaría la multa.
Did you say that I had to go to jail or I only have
No.
to pay the fine?
I'm saying that you had to enter a plea of guilty or no contest to resolve the case. You already served 2 days in the Orange County Jail. I have to legally give you credit for that. And then you're going to have to pay the money. I'll give you 1 year from today's date to make that payment. But I need you to answer my question, is do you want to enter a plea of guilty or no contest to resolve the case today?
Ok, culpable.
Guilty.
You understand by entering a plea of guilty, you're going to waive certain constitutional rights.
Sí.
Yes.
You understand you can waive the right to a trial where the state had to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt.
Sí, entiendo.
Yes, I understand.
You understand you're waiving your right to have an attorney appointed if you cannot afford it.
Sí.
Yes.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication?
No.
No.
Have you now or in the past been diagnosed with a mental health illness?
No.
No.
Has anybody forced, threatened, or coerced you to enter this plea?
No.
No.
You understand by entering this plea, if you're not a United States citizen, it could subject you to deportation.
Sí.
Yes.
I did review the charging affidavit. In this case, I did find a factual basis for the entering of your plea. I'll accept your plea of guilty as to this case, find it is freely and voluntarily entered. I'll adjudicate you guilty of the charge. I'll give you credit for the 2 days that you spent in the Orange County Jail with 2 days credit time served. The court costs and costs of prosecution in this case amount of $306. I'll give you 1 year from today's date to pay that money directly to the clerk in full. You have 30 days from today's date to appeal your judgment and sentence in writing. Have a great day, sir. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Julio Castro.
Julio Castro.
All right, Mr. Castro, you are here in 2021 MM 1497 AO on a charge of possession of drug paraphernalia. The court did review the charging affidavit. In that case, it did find probable cause for your arrest. States an offer to resolve the drug paraphernalia case.
Judge, we're going to announce no information on this case. One moment.
Law enforcement responded to the charges in reference to a fraud involving the defendant. As law enforcement was walking towards the defendant began to run away from law enforcement and got inside the driver's side of the vehicle.
So you are filing no information?
Yes, Your Honor, I'm doing it right.
All right.
I will hand it up to the clerk.
Okay. Well, to deal with this other case. All right, so you're also here in 2020 CF 2020 CF 8171 AO on a failure to appear warrant. The judge signing your failure to appear warrant set your bond amount of $2,500 as account 1 and $500 as account 2. You can post those bonds and be released as to 2020 MM 1497. We're going to release you on your own recognizance as to that charge. Have a great day, sir. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Oscar David Luciano Ruiz. Oscar David Luciano Ruiz.
Oscar Luciano Ruiz.
Mr. Luciano Ortiz, you are here in two matters. The first one is 2021 CF 1757 AO. Actually, I'm sorry. You're here on one matter. So you're here in one matter, 2019 CF 12371 AO for a violation of probation. The judge signing your violation of probation warrant sets your bond at $0. Your bond remain at $0. Will appoint a public defender to represent you in that case. Have a great day, sir.
Thank you.
Madam Interpreter, thank you kindly for your help this morning.
Thank you, Your Honor.
1 second. All right. Okay. Can you tell me your name, sir?
Garrett Herlong.
Can you say your last name?
Garrett Herlong.
All right, Mr. Herlong, you were arrested in 2021 CF 2461 AO for charges of first-degree murder with a firearm, home invasion, robbery with a firearm and a mask, carjacking with a firearm, and grand theft. Judge Epperson has already signed a warrant finding probable cause for your arrest. State, what are you asking me to do as to the first three counts of the warrant?
Your Honor, arrest and the defendant continue to be held at no bond, as these are all punishable by life felonies. I did hand a courtesy copy to defense and to the court, only to review for bond purposes for today. I did have a chance to speak to the original detective who spoke to the legal counsel for OPD who were filing this under seal yesterday. It just hasn't made it
Yeah, that's fine.
into its to the clerk's site, but defense did have a chance to review it prior to court.
All right, Ms. George, what are you asking me to do for Mr. Herlong?
No argument. Your Honor, we reserve the right to have an Arthur hearing in the trial division.
All right, as to counts 1, 2, and 3, I'll continue to hold you at no bond as to those counts. Count 4, I'll state the bond at $5,000. Condition the bond, no contact with any victims or witnesses or victims' families. No contact with any co-defendants. No weapons, no firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release if you are released. You leave, because I can't do anything about that from here. Yeah. Yes, yeah, 60522. That sounds like something happened when they. I don't have another judge signed in as a BRC1, but if you can log off, that'd be great. Make sure you're listening to me in 1, not 2. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, they had to kick them out. And tell them to sign to 2 and 3, and not here. We'll quick recess then, I guess.
be hearing stuff and nobody else be talking.
Right?
Specifically.
Welcome to an Econo meeting. You are entering the meeting now.
There it is. Kick this person out. Whoever they
You are the
So we didn't know.
I said kick that person out. Whoever they are. Yep. Can we see the court report? You can hear us now. Call them and see if they can. The green light's on up here saying they can hear us, but I'm sure they don't hear anybody else.
Current charge and then whatever the other case was. More than yesterday. I remember seeing that on the box.
So I can just have it and not drive?
Yeah.
All right, let's try it again. Let's get Mr. Long back in here and we'll finish up with him. All right, come on, step up, Mr. Long. All right. I think I left off. Let's start over again. This is 2021 CF 2461 AO. Judge Epperson signed a warrant, found a probable cause for your arrest as to the charges of first-degree murder with a firearm, home invasion, robbery with a firearm and mask, carjacking with a firearm, and grand theft. The court's going to hold you at no bond as to counts 1, 2, and 3, and allow you to have an Arthur hearing in front of the division judge. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you in your cases if that has not already been done. I'm going to stay your bond in count 4 in the amount of $5,000. Condition of your bonds, even while you're in custody here at the jail, so you had no contact with the victims or victims' families. You had no contact with any co-defendants in this case. You are to not possess any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours if you are released. You are to not return to the scene of the location where this happened. All right, sir, we'll get you on to your next court date. Have a great day. Good morning, sir. Come on, look at me. There you go. How you doing?
How you doing, sir?
Tell me your name.
Marvin H. Ellison Jr., sir.
Mr. Ellison, you are here in 2021 CF 997 AO and in 2020-21 CF 1723 AO. In 997 AO, you were arrested for a warrant for fleeing attempt to elude law enforcement. The judge had already found probable cause for your arrest as to that charge. I'm going to set your bond in that case in the amount of $2,500. Condition that bond, you not operate a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. In 2021, CF 1723 AO, the court had already found probable cause because they signed a warrant for your arrest as to the charge of aggravated assault, deadly weapon. The court's going to set your bond in that matter in the amount of $5,000. Condition your bonds, you did not possess any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. You are to not have any contact with the victim in this case. Do you have any questions about the no contact order?
Sir.
You are to maintain a separate residence from the victim. If you have any personal items at the victim's residence, I'll give you a one-time return with law enforcement to retrieve any personal items you have at that victim's residence. You are on probation.
No, I'm not, sir.
And let me see. No, sorry, no, you were now on probation. Apologize. You are correct. This might have been a different note. I'm going to appoint a public defender to represent you. That was a different note. I was looking at your last time you were released from DLC. And we'll get you on to your next court dates. Have a great day, sir.
Thank you, sir.
All right, sir, can you tell me your name?
Tyrone Grooms.
Mr. Grooms, you are here in 2021 CF 2501 AO on charge of aggravated battery, alternatively domestic violence, and false imprisonment domestic violence. The court did review the charging affidavit in this case. I did find probable cause for your arrest as to those two charges. I'm going to set your bond in count one in an amount of $5,000. Count two in an amount of $1,500. Condition, actually, trash that, sorry. See, long weekend. Count one, I'll say 2,500. The other one's correct, 1,500. The condition of pretrial release supervision in this case, that you had no contact with the victim in this case. You have any questions about the no contact order, sir?
No, sir.
That you maintain a separate residence from the victim. I'll give you a one-time return with law enforcement to retrieve any personal items you have at the victim's residence. You also possess no weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. All right. One point of public defender represents you. Have a great day, sir.
Thank you.
All right, look at me. Come to the door. Please look at me. Thank you.
Sir.
Tell me your name, sir.
Andy Lamar Jackson.
All right, Mr. Jackson, you are here in 2021 CF 2474 AO on charges of battery 2 prior. I have a witness in the witness booth. The judge signing your warrant has already found probable cause for your arrest. I have a witness in the witness booth, ma'am. Can you tell me your name?
My name is Shanika Sanders.
Ms. Sanders, could you raise your right hand to be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Now you put your hand down. Can you tell me how you know Mr. Jackson?
He's my ex. We were together for 3 years.
And do you want to have contact with him?
No.
All right. All right, Mr. Jackson, in this count, the court's going to set your bond in an amount of $2,500. Condition of your bond is that you are to have no contact with the victim in this case. You are to maintain a separate residence from the victim. Actually, I'll make that a no return to the scene. Not to return to the scene of the incident where this happened. You will be subject to random drug and alcohol testing at your expense. I'll give you 30-day grace period as a narcotics testing, but alcohol testing will resume immediately.
You want that through PTR
Sir?
order?
I don't have any. He doesn't qualify, correct, Ms.?
He doesn't qualify.
He doesn't qualify from what I read on his, for last conviction, 2012, battery by strangulation, DV, felony battery. Doesn't qualify. All right, sir, have a great day.
Can I ask a question?
I want to point a public defender represent you so you can ask Ms. George a question. There's no weapons? No weapons, no firearms. You need to turn weapons or firearms within 24 hours of his release. I apologize. Thank you, Ms. Sanders. All right, sir, can you tell me your name?
Daniel Reyes.
Mr. Noble Reyes, you are here in 2021 CF 2372 AO on charges of written threat to kill or do bodily harm. The judge signing your warrant in this case has already found probable cause for your arrest. I'm going to set your bond in this case in the amount of $5,000. Additionally, your bond had no contact with the victim in this case. You are to maintain a separate residence from that victim. If you have anything at her residence, I'll give you a one-time return with law enforcement to retrieve any personal items you have at the location. You may not possess any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. When this happened, you were out on bond in 2020 CF 154 AO. In that case, the court's going to revoke those bonds, set new bonds at $0. We're going to appoint a public defender to represent you in both cases, get you in front of the division judge, have an appropriate bond hearing. Thank you, sir. Have a great day. Can you tell me your name, ma'am?
Carly Allen.
Ms. Allen, you are here in 2021 MM 1502 AO on charge of battery. The court did review the charging affidavit. In this case, I did find probable cause for your arrest. She seems qualified if she did get interviewed.
She was just not interviewed.
All right. Ma'am, we're going to release you on pretrial release in this case. Condition of your pretrial release is that you have no contact with the victim in this case. You are to maintain a separate residence from that victim. You're not to, maintain a separate residence for the victim. I'll give you a one-time return with law enforcement to retrieve any personal items you have at the residence. You are to possess no weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. Do you have any questions about the no contact order, ma'am?
Just as far as I have a child with him, so I'm not sure how that would go.
That wasn't notated. So questions, I don't know if you want to talk to Ms. George about that. So Ms. George, things I need to know about regarding that situation is, one, is he actually the legal father of the child, whether he had been declared by the court, signed a birth certificate, or some other means of child support?
He's not on the birth certificate. I did start the process for child support back in 2017. And then that's when we started dating. So that process did stop, but he did get the paternity test and he did get the results back as.
Well, there's a couple ways you can be determined to be the father. You can
Right, that's what I was.
You can be married to the person when the child was born, or you could, the court can make a determination through a child support proceeding or paternity action that the father is him. So I'll do this. Is there a parenting plan in place?
No, not yet. He's just had her every weekend. That's kind of what we've been doing right now until.
Right now, well, I really need to talk to him, and he's not here, to modify the no contact order. So I'll do this. I'll keep the no contact order in place.
Okay.
And if you need to get in front of the, I'm not sure if it's going to Judge Shoemaker or what division this is going to. Probably Judge Shoemaker was our division domestic violence judge. And you guys can have a bond hearing where you can discuss contact, support for the child, and those kind of things like that. I need to have him here to really flesh out those issues, all right?
Your Honor, we do have you have a third party that can facilitate the.
Yeah, but I'm not sure how comfortable he is with that. So that's the issue. It's not really, that'd be fine. You can set all those kind of things in place. You can use the parenting app. I can, order those kind of things like that. I can order that the child be transitioned from person to person, place to place. But I need more information from what his comfort level as to that. And I need to I don't want to become a family judge all of a sudden by being here. So you guys need to handle that with the family division.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Can you tell me your name, sir?
John Chase.
All right, Mr. Chase, you are here in 2021 MM 1489 AO on charge of battery domestic violence. The court did review the charging affidavit in this case. I did find probable cause for your arrest. I only have one question for either a state or a pretrial release. I see a prior battery DV in this history arrest. Is that with the same victim?
One second, Your Honor.
It's with the same victim, Your Honor, back in April the 1st of 2020.
All right.
That case, however, we did file no information on it.
That's fine. I was trying to get a sense of the domestic violence history between himself and the victim in this case. All right, sir, I'm going to set your bond in this case in an amount of $3,000. Conditional your bonds, you have no contact with the victim. You are to maintain a separate residence from the victim. I'll give you a one-time return with law enforcement to retrieve any personal items you have at the residence. I will make it an order that you not possess any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. Give me 1 second.
I was curious, how come there's not a ROR in this situation?
Because the law says I can't ROR you in this situation. All right, have a great day, sir. Yes, sir, can you tell me your name?
Roy Arthur Drum.
Mr. Drum, you are here in 2021 MM 71AA on charge of battery. The court did review the charging affidavit. In this case, I did find probable cause for your arrest. Sir, we'll set your bond in this case in the amount of $3,000. Conditioning your bond that you have no contact with the victim in this case. You need to maintain a separate residence from the victim. I'll give you a one-time return with law enforcement to retrieve any personal items that you have at the location. You may not possess any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. You have any questions about the no contact order, sir?
I'm sorry?
You have any questions about the no contact order?
Yes, I do.
You have questions?
I'm sorry?
You have any questions about the no contact order?
No, I'm sorry, I'm hard to hear.
Well, did you hear everything else I said?
Well, I got a little bit of it, yes. What was it about the
Well,
bond?
we'll get you, we got a hearing device. I want to make sure you understand
Okay.
what's going on so you don't violate my orders. I'm good. All right, can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
All right, your bond is $3,000. Condition that you had no contact with the victim. Question I had is, do you have any questions about the no contact order?
No.
You must maintain a separate residence from the victim. I'll give you a one-time return with law enforcement to retrieve any personal items you have at the residence. You may not possess any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. All right, we'll appoint the public defender to represent you. Have a great day, sir. Tell me your name, sir.
Kevin Lucky.
All right. Mr. Lucky, you're here in 2021 MM 1469AO on the charge of battery domestic violence. The court did review the charging affidavit. In this case, I did find probable cause for your arrest. I'm going to set your bond in this case in the amount of $5,000. Your bond is going to come with pretrial release supervision that you have no contact with the victim in this case. Sir, do you have any questions about the no contact order?
I don't.
Do you have any questions about the no contact order? All right.
Hey, can I get a lower bond?
Yes, Your Honor. We would ask that you lower the bond amount. From what, after reading the arrest affidavit, I believe there was a scratch on the arm. And he qualifies for pretrial release, so we would just ask for a lower bond amount in addition to pretrial release.
All right. For our review of this defendant's domestic violence relationship with this defendant, he's had several arrests, including 3 DV battery cases, aggravated assault with domestic violence, and aggravated battery domestic violence, and aggravated dating violence. I think it was a different case, different victim. Based on his history, the court doesn't feel that's an appropriate resolution to keep the community safe, assure that the defendant is going to show up to court and not interfere with the judicial process. So, sir, you're going to order that you not maintain a separate residence from the victim. I'm going to give you a one-time return with law enforcement to retrieve any personal items you have at the location. You may not possess any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. You'll be subject to random drug and alcohol testing at your expense. I'll give you 30 days from any narcotics testing, but the alcohol testing will resume immediately. I want to appoint a public defender to represent you. Have a great day, sir.
Your Honor, what was the bond amount you said on that?
5,000. That's with PTR. Tell me your name, sir.
Yes, Your Honor. My name is Jerrell Mcelroy.
All right, Mr. Mcelroy, you are here in 2021 MM 1495AO on a charge of battery domestic violence. The court did review the charging affidavit in this case. I did find probable cause for your arrest. I have a witness in the witness booth. Ma'am, can you tell me your name?
Olivia Cash.
Ms. Cash, could you raise your right hand and sworn in? You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes.
Can you tell me how you know Mr. Mcelroy?
Oh, we're good friends.
Say again?
We're good friends, sorry.
All right. Are you guys in a relationship?
I wouldn't say that.
All right. Do you all live together as a family?
Yeah, I guess you could, yeah.
All right. And do you want to have contact with Mr. Mcelroy?
Yes.
Are you afraid of him?
No.
Did drugs or alcohol play a role in this incident?
No.
And has anything like this happened in the past?
No.
All right. State, do you have any questions for Ms. Cash?
No, Your Honor.
And Ms. George?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Mcelroy, I'm going to appoint a public defender to represent you in this case. I'm going to, based on several warrants from out of state for failure to appear, I'm going to set your bond amount of $8,000. Make a condition of your bond, you have no contact with the victim in this case, that you maintain a separate residence from the victim. If you have anything at the residence that you all share, I'll give you a one-time return with law enforcement to retrieve any personal items you have at the residence. I will make a condition that you not possess any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. You have any questions about the no contact order, Mr. Mcelroy?
Oh, Your Honor.
All right. All right, have a great day, sir. Have a great day, ma'am. Can you tell me your name, sir?
Michael Thomas Abeda.
Mr. Abeda, you are here in 2020 CT 333AW on a charge of driving under the influence. The court did review the charging affidavit. In this case, I did find probable cause for your arrest. Just because his prints didn't come back, he didn't qualify?
He wasn't interviewed.
All right. All right, sir, I'm going to release you on pretrial release in this case. Condition your pretrial release that you not possess or consume any drugs or alcohol while you're out on release. You hear me?
Barely.
All right, you need hearing devices, or am I speaking too softly?
No, I just have low-grade tinnitus, sir. I've been a drummer and a trumpet player for years, and so unfortunately,
That's fine. We have hearing aids if you need help hear me better.
Sorry. Thank you.
Can we give them the hearing devices? Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. All right. Thank you, officer.
I'm sorry, sir.
It's all right, sir.
Yep, you're here in 2020 CT.
Yes, sir.
333AW on a charge of driving under the influence. I did review the charging affidavit in this case. I did find probable cause for your arrest. I want to release you on pretrial release in this case.
Okay.
Condition of your pretrial release is that you do not possess or consume any drugs or alcohol.
Yes, sir.
You'll be subject to random drug and alcohol testing. I'll give you 30 days for any narcotics you may have in your system for that testing, for that you get that out. But the alcohol testing will start immediately. I will make a condition that you not operate a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. So I'm not sure they suspended your license because of this already, but you can't operate a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license, all right?
So am I to understand I'm not able to operate a motor vehicle at all?
Without a valid driver's license.
And may I have my driver's license amended to where I can drive to work?
You have to talk to DMV. I work for the judicial branch.
Yes, sir.
DMV is an executive function, so you have to talk to them about the licensing that they provide. I want to appoint a public defender to represent you, and they may be able to assist you in getting that done.
And given my medication currently for anxiety,
Yes.
and not understanding completely if it was a medical reaction.
You need to talk to, yes, as a defense, you need to talk to your attorney about.
Exactly.
You cannot possess any drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription.
And that's
So if
fine.
you don't even have, you have a valid prescription for Xanax or anything
Exactly.
that you take for your anxiety,
Yes,
that's
sir.
fine. But you need to make sure, one, your PTR officer knows that, so you don't get violated. And then two, that you talk to your attorney about whatever defenses you may have as to this case. But right now, those are release conditions. My job is to either determine there's probable cause,
Yes, sir.
set release conditions. Now, I've
Exactly.
done those two things, so I'm done. I don't want you to talk too much about your case because
course.
everything you say here is being recorded and can be used against you at a later date.
Exactly.
All right? Have a great
Thank
day,
you,
sir.
sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Well,
All right, can you tell me your name, sir? All right, Mr. Clayton, you are here in 2021 MM42AE on a charge of resisting officer without violence and carrying a concealed weapon. You were also arrested, I reviewed the charging affidavit in those cases, I found probable cause. You're all arrested in 2021 CT 245AE for driving under the influence. I did review the charging affidavit, found probable cause. You're also arrested in 2021 CT 246AE for driver license suspended. I did review the charging affidavit and did find probable cause for your arrest. As to the two misdemeanor counts in 2021 MM42AE, I want to state your bonds in those cases as set. Condition of your bond, not possessing any weapons or firearms and you have 24 hours within to turn over any weapons or firearms to the sheriff's office. In the 2021 CT 245AE, the court is going to stay your bonds as to that charge, condition your bond, not possessing any drugs or alcohol without valid prescription, and you are to not operate a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. In 2021 CT 246AE, going to stay your bond as to that amount. Do not operate a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. State, I'm asking if you want me to take any action on his Brevard VOP case.
No, Your Honor.
Sir, you are a violent felony of special concern. You'll be held for 5 days or 72 hours while you're, to give Brevard time to respond with a warrant for your violation.
I'm not in probation. I'm not in probation.
It says here. And I looked you up this morning. You were on probation in Brevard County in 2007.
Caught the charge. But
Say again?
I was originally when I caught the charge, but I didn't live over there, so when I did my time, DOC.
Yeah, you got put on probation. Your probation ends in May of this year. For Brevard County for the battery of a law enforcement officer and those charges you're facing over there. You have a prior burglary of a dwelling on your criminal history, which makes you a violent felony offender of special concern. That's why you're going to be held for 72 hours while they figure out whether you're going to be charged with your violation of probation. All right? All right. Just to let you guys know, it says done on his paperwork, but he's obviously going by Dominique Clayton. Is his real name. All right, sir, can you tell me your name?
Carlton Ellington.
Mr. Ellington, you are here in 2021 CT 334AW on charge of driver license suspended. I did review the charging affidavit. In this case, I did find probable cause for your arrest. I'm going to ask the state if they have an offer to resolve your case today.
Yes, Your Honor, it's an adjudication credit time served.
All right. Mr. Ellington, the state of Florida is offering you adjudication of guilt, credit time served. You want to take that offer from them today? Can you hear me?
How much is it to pay?
Can you hear me?
How much is it to pay?
It's $306 in court costs and costs of prosecution.
And I have to pay it today, or?
I'll give you 1 year from today's date to make the amount of money, the payment to the clerk.
They'll give you 1 year to pay.
I think.
Yep, give him hearing devices.
Okay. Yes, sir.
One second. All right, sir. You're here in 2021 CT 334AW on charge of driver license suspended. The state, I did find probable cause for your arrest. The state's making you an offer to resolve your case today with adjudication of guilt, court costs an amount of $306. Is that an offer you want to take today? All right. Can you raise your right hand and be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Sir.
All right, put your hand down. Sir, you are here in 2021 CT 334AW on charge of driver license suspended. That is a second-degree misdemeanor. It's punishable up to 60 days in the county jail and a $500 fine. Do you understand that? Do you want to enter a plea of guilty or no contest to resolve your case today?
No contest.
All right. Do you understand by entering a plea of no contest, you're going to give up certain constitutional rights?
Sir.
Okay. You got to speak up.
Yes, sir.
All right, there you go. You understand that one of those rights is that you're going to give up the right to have a trial where the state is going to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt.
Yes, sir.
I can't hear you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
There you go. Because the ladies in downtown Orange County got to be able to hear you. All right. You understand you give up the right to have an attorney appointed to represent you if you cannot afford it?
Yes, sir.
You understand you're waiving your right to remain silent?
Yes, sir.
At a trial in this case, your attorney, if you would, you or yourself, can challenge the state's evidence. They can question the state's witnesses and call witnesses on your behalf. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
If there was a witness you wanted to call and that witness did not want to come to the court can use subpoena powers to make that witness appear. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand that you're waiving your right to appeal any errors in this case except the court's jurisdiction over you and the sentence I'm going to impose?
Yes, sir.
You understand that the plea to this case at a later date can be used to enhance your sentencing up to a third-degree felony?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication?
No, sir.
Have you now or in the past been diagnosed with a mental health illness?
No, sir.
Has anybody forced, threatened, or coerced you to enter this plea?
No, sir.
You understand by entering this plea, if you're not a United States citizen, it could subject you to deportation.
Yes, sir.
Sir, I did review the charging affidavit in this case. I did find a factual basis for the entering of your plea. I'll accept your plea of no contest, finds your plea is freely and voluntarily entered. I'll adjudicate you guilty of the charge. I'll give you credit for the 2 days that you spent in the Orange County Jail with 2 days credit time served. Court costs in this case and costs of prosecution are $306. I'll give you 1 year from today's date to make that payment directly to the clerk. You have 30 days from today's date to appeal your judgment and sentence in full. Yes, you have 30 days to appeal your judgment and sentence in this case. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, have a great day, sir. All right, sir, tell me your name.
My name is Ingrams.
Mr. Ingram, you are here in 2021 CT 1639AO on a charge of driving while license suspended. I did review the charging affidavit in this case. I did find probable cause for your arrest. I'm going to stay your bond amount of $500 in this case. You are out on probation in Leon.
Sorry to interrupt you. There is an offer on the Dwellis.
Okay, he's on probation as a violent
I
felony
wouldn't
of special concern.
I would not advise that you take that state's offer. It will be an omission of your violation.
All right, sir, you're on probation in Leon County for 3 separate charges in 2019 CF 444, 2019 CF 3514, and 2019 CF 3305. I'm going to set your bond in those cases at $0. You are a violent felony of special concern, sir. You're not entitled to release or bond on those violation probation cases until your case is resolved. I want to appoint the public defender to represent you in this case. We'll reach out to Leon County in the next few days to figure out whether they're going to transport you or what they want us to do. All right. Talk to Ms. George first. All right, sir, tell me your name.
Justin Steele.
I can't hear you.
Justin Steele.
Mr. Steele, you're here in 2021 CT 1640AO on charge of driver license suspended. The court did review the charging affidavit. In this case, I did find probable cause for your arrest. State, do you have an offer for Mr. Steele?
Yes, Your Honor, an adjudication credit time served.
Yes, probably no ballots. This is first Willis.
Full credit time served, I'm sorry.
Yeah, all right. Sir, the state of Florida is offering a withhold adjudication of guilt credit time served to resolve your case today. Do you want to take that offer?
I'm sorry, say it again.
The state of Florida is offering you a withhold of adjudication of guilt credit time served. Do you want to take that offer today?
Yeah, yes.
You do?
What does that mean exactly?
It means I'm going to withhold adjudication of guilt. I'm going to give you credit for the 2 days that you spent in the Orange County Jail. And you're going to have to pay court costs amount of $301. You don't have to come back and deal with this case, this particular case, another day. You have an open felony case I wasn't going to take any action on if you resolve your case today.
Yes, sir.
All right, can you raise your right hand and be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matters, the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Sir, you're here in 2021 CT 1640AO on charge of driver license suspended. That is a second-degree misdemeanor. It's punishable up to 60 days in the county jail and a $500 fine. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
You want to enter a plea of guilty or no contest to resolve your case today?
No contest.
All right. Do you understand by entering a plea of no contest? All right. Do you understand by entering a plea of no contest, you're going to give up certain constitutional rights?
Yes, sir.
Go.
I'm not,
Can you hear me, or are you
yes,
having problems? Do you understand by entering a plea of no contest, you're going to give up certain constitutional rights?
just still go with the,
Yeah, the offer is still the same, but I have to go over your rights with you.
I'm just trying to make sure I understand.
Can I have?
Yep. Yep, go ahead. Can we do Mr. Miller after this? Did we get him yet? Sure. Did we get Mr. Miller yet? All right, can we do him after?
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Steele, do you understand by entering a plea of no contest, you're going to give up certain constitutional rights?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand one of those rights you have to give up to have a trial where the state will have to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt?
Yes, sir.
You understand you're going to give up the right to have an attorney appointed to represent you at this trial if you cannot afford it? You got to answer out loud.
Yes, sir.
All right. Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication?
No, sir.
Have you now or in the past been diagnosed with a mental health illness?
No, sir.
Has anybody forced, threatened, or coerced you to enter this plea?
No, sir.
You understand by entering this plea, if you're not a United States citizen, it could subject you to deportation. I did review the charging affidavit in this case. I did find a factual basis for the entering of your plea. I will accept your plea of no contest as to this charge. Find it is freely and voluntarily entered. I will withhold adjudication of guilt. I will give you credit for the 2 days that you spent in Orange County Jail with 2 days credit time served. The court costs and costs of prosecution in this case are $301. It's 1 day? Oh, sorry. Ms. Davis told me you had 1 day in the Orange County Jail, 1 day the credit time served. The court costs and costs of prosecution in this case are $301. I'll give you 1 year from today's date to make that payment directly to the clerk in full. You have 30 days from today's date to appeal any judgment sentence in this case. I'm not taking any action on 2021 CF 1706AO. Have a great day, sir. All right. Can you tell me your name, sir?
Willie Miller.
All right, Mr. Miller, you are here for you were arrested on a Volusia County, Allen County warrant case. It seems that, Ms. George, you discussed an offer that was conveyed from Osceola County?
Yes, Your Honor.
Volusia County, I mean.
Yes, Your Honor, it was adjudication of guilt to revoke and terminate probation, 90 days in jail with credit for any time served.
You know how much credit he has?
That I do not, Your Honor.
I've been in Phoenix for like 2 months. I'm a trustee.
Ms. Davis, can you tell us how many days he has here in the Orange County Jail?
Yeah, it's the only days that I have is that he served here in Orange County, and that's 54 days.
54 days here. All right. It's battery. Let me take a look at your case real quick. That's all I'm trying to do.
He entitled to more credit besides the 54 days, like Volusia from the original case. Have the Durham attorney file a motion. We'll agree to it. We just need the motion filed with whatever documentation from Volusia.
Say again?
Maybe their clerk's office from the original sentence that would have.
Okay.
Is there a VOP plea form up there by any chance?
I have
Did
one,
they
Your
have
Honor.
one? Did you
I
have
just-
one from there?
Yes. I don't know. Your Honor, I didn't have any whiteout. He had said the agreement was to admit.
Okay. Trying to look at, so was this a new sentence of 90 days, or was this with the credit that he had already?
It's with the credit. It says 90 days in jail with credit times, with any credit time served.
Okay, this is the,
That's what they gave me.
I was looking at his original. So at the time he was sentenced, he had 19 days credit time served. All right. All right, sir, can you just tell me your name?
Willie Miller.
All right, Mr. Miller, you are here in Volusia County case 2020 MM 301501. And in that case, you have been charged originally with battery. That is a first-degree misdemeanor. It's punishable up to 1 year in the county jail and a $1,000 fine. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
You were on probation in this case, and it's my understanding you would like to enter an admission. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. You understand that you were waiving your right by admitting to your violation of probation. You're waiving your right to have a hearing where you can challenge the state's evidence and question the state's witnesses and call witnesses on your behalf. You understand that?
Yes.
And at that hearing, the state would have to prove by the the greater weight of the evidence that you did violate your probation. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
You understand you waive your right to have Ms. George or the public defender's office in the Seventh Circuit to represent you at that hearing.
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication?
No, sir.
Have you now or in the past been diagnosed with a mental health illness?
No, sir.
Has anybody forced, threatened, or coerced you to enter this plea?
No, sir.
You understand by airing this plea, if you're not a United States citizen, it could subject you to deportation.
Yes, sir.
All right. Under the Florida Supreme Court Administrative Order of 2020-92, me being sworn in as a statewide judge, the court is going to accept your plea to your violation of probation. I'm going to accept your admission. I'm going to adjudicate you guilty of the charge. I'm going to revoke and terminate your probation. I'm going to make it a sanction of that revoke and termination that you served 90 days in the county jail with credit for 19 days on your original sentence and 54 days, that you've been with us here at the Orange County Jail. If you got some other credit from somewhere else, then
I work in Phoenix.
it's all here at the jail.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that's a total of 73 days credit time. Yeah, that sounds right. 73. So a total of 73 days credit time served. I will, let's say anything about the costs. I'll impose a $50 cost of prosecution for the violation, a $50 public defender application fee, and $50 public defender lien. I'll make all the rest of the remaining costs. Let me look at your sentence. Any outstanding balance plus the additional costs I make payable directly to the clerk in Volusia County in the amount and within 1 year of today's date. You have 30 days from today's date to appeal your judgment and sentence in writing. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. Have a great day, sir. All right. All right. Anybody coming for arraignment? I was saying, is anybody actually coming for us? Start rolling through here. Okay. All right. I have Arroyo Rodriguez, 2021 CT 638AO. That's supposed to be here for arraignment on a charge of attaching a tag. And I'm trying to figure out why is this set here as an NT. These are all NTAs? Is he in custody on this charge? Because somebody wrote NTA on my paperwork, which. One second, sir. So I want to point the public defender to represent him since he's in custody.
I'm not seeing those charges.
But he needs to be set for an out of custody arraignment.
As long as he's in custody, they won't set him for an out of custody arraignment. That's probably why I got set, is because they looked up and saw that he was in custody.
Yeah, but I thought the rule is that if he's not actually in custody on this charge, that we weren't seeing him.
No, as long as he's in custody, the arraignment will have to happen here. May I have a moment? What's his last name?
Because I got various interesting emails from Judge Carter and Judge Wish telling me that exact same thing when I first got on the bench. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just telling you what happened to me, that Judge Carter and Judge Wish sent me an email about a week into me being a judge saying we don't see people, they're not actually arrested. So I have no problem seeing them. I thought that was the ongoing practice.
Okay. Yeah.
Right.
Your Honor,
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Your Honor, we're gonna waive and enter a plea of not guilty.
Well, he has two cases. I just realized that. He also has 2021 CT 639AO. Want to appoint a public defender to represent him in that case as well.
We'll waive and enter a plea of not guilty.
All right. And he has a TR case. We'll just keep that going along with them. Let's see, a couple TR cases.
We'll waive and enter a plea of not guilty on both.
All right, we'll set them for arraignment in Division 85. That's what I'm saying. They could have done that at downtown. That's why this doesn't make a lot of sense.
Do you want to set it for pre-trial or you want to do
No, this set for pretrial.
So she's not.
Our public opponent, appointed a public defender to represent them, and they, what should have happened downtown was they should have waived their arraignment at that time, set them for pretrial.
So she's not in there, plea of not guilty.
Yeah, she entered a plea of not guilty on their behalf, his behalf. All right, tell me your name, sir.
Miguel Barajas.
Mr. Barajas, you are here in 2021 MM86AO on charge of resisting an officer without violence. You are represented by the public defender's office. That is a first-degree misdemeanor punished by 1 year in the county jail and a $1,000 fine. Was there an offer conveyed?
Your Honor, we're gonna accept the state's offer and enter a plea of no contest. You're welcome. It's a withhold of adjudication, credit for time served, and court cost.
All right, sir, can you raise your right hand to be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
All right, sir, you're here in 2021 you can put your hand down, 2021 MM86AW on charge of resisting an officer without violence. That is a first-degree misdemeanor. It's punishable up to 1 year in the county jail and a $1,000 fine. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Ms. George has told me you'd like to enter a plea of no contest. Is that correct?
Yes.
Do you understand by entering a plea of no contest, you give up certain constitutional rights?
Yes.
One of those rights, you give up the right to have a trial in this matter. Do you understand?
Yes.
You understand you give up the right to have a court appoint an attorney to represent you at the trial.
Yes.
At a trial, your attorney can challenge the state's evidence. They can question the state's witnesses and call witnesses on your behalf. Do you understand that?
Yes.
If there was a witness that you wanted to call and that witness did not want to appear, the court can use a subpoena power to make that witness appear. Do you understand?
Yes.
You understand you waiving your right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt at that trial.
Yes.
You understand you waiving your right to remain silent.
Yes.
You understand you waiving, sorry. You understand you're waiving your right to appeal any errors in this case except the court's jurisdiction over you and the sentence I'm going to impose.
Yes.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication?
No.
Have you now or in the past been diagnosed with a mental health illness?
This, what I have?
No, a mental health illness.
No. Sorry.
Has anybody forced, threatened, or coerced you to enter this plea?
No.
You understand by entering this plea, if you're now a United States citizen, it could subject you to deportation.
Yes.
You all stipulate to a factual basis?
Yes, Your Honor, for the purposes of the plea.
All right. I'll accept that stipulation as a factual basis for the purpose of this plea. Sir, I'll accept your plea of no contest, find it freely and voluntarily enter. I accept your plea for the no contest because it's freely and voluntarily enter. I'll withhold adjudication of guilt. I will give you credit for the 24 days, correct?
Oh, I don't.
Sorry, 24 days says on my sheet, sorry. 24 days with 24 days credit time served. The court costs and costs of prosecution in this case are $273. There's a $50 public defender application fee and a $50 public defender lien. That's all the total costs in this case I'll make payable directly to the clerk within 1 year of today's date. You have 30 days from today's date to appeal your judgment and sentence in writing.
Yes.
All right, have a great day, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Taylor, medical.
All right, Mr. Taylor's supposed to be here in 2021 MM458W. He's a public defender client.
Your Honor, we're gonna, waive and enter plea of not guilty.
All right, with 7 for Division 83.
Division 83 pretrial conference, May 12th at 1:30 and 60.
All right. And is Mr. Thomas?
Sir,
All right, sir, tell me your name.
Brandon Thomas.
All right, Mr. Thomas, you are here in 2020 MM 3331 AW on a violation of probation on the underlying charge of battery. That is a first-degree misdemeanor punishable by 1 year in the county jail and a $1,000 fine. You're represented by the Public Defender's Office. Ms. George, is there an offer that was conveyed to Mr. Thomas?
No, Your Honor, there's no offer. We're gonna enter denial.
All right, sir, we're gonna set you for your next violation of probation status in Division 84 on.
Division 84 VOP status, March 19th at 8:30.
All right. All right, sir, tell me your name.
I thought it was Mark.
No.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can.
We're gonna get you, yes or no? Do you need the hearing devices or, there we go. All right, sir, can you tell me your name?
John Utley.
Mr. Utley, you're here for arraignment this morning in 2020 MM 2046 AO for a violation of domestic violence injunction. That's a first-degree misdemeanor, is punishable by 1 year in the county jail and a $1,000 fine. This is a violation of probation, correct?
Yes.
Because somebody just, all right, there we go. And you're represented by the Public Defender's Office. Was an offer discussed with Ms. Yulee?
No, Your Honor, there is no offer, and we're gonna enter a denial.
Division 84 VOP status, March 19th at 8:30 and 4B.
What's that mean?
That's right, that he has 423 days credit time, sir?
I don't understand. I mean, I'm in jail.
Or the balance cost, the cost, like, what is this? Okay. Oh, there you go. I was super
Why is there
confused,
no
like,
offer? Why is there no offer?
oh, me. All right, does anybody have anything for the better of the orders? No.
My attorney called me Friday from the court in town.
I went to the side, because last time you told me so away.
I was trying to take it earlier and do it, and then you trying to tell me I can't do it.
No, I thought you were trying to take all
I might have taken your stuff. I was just trying to get to the 33 emotion stuff, and you just told me like, no, that's not yours. It's mine.
I'm sorry.
All right, we got some 33 emotions this morning. Suddenly.
I remember. You could do them first. Sorry.
Suddenly we have them. All right, I have Myers in 2021 MM 531 AO.
There's a notice of non-filing.
All right. It's the second, right? All right, here you go. Y'all send these old orders here. We are in March now. All right, I had Swearingen, 2020 CF 998 AO.
And information was filed yesterday, Your Honor.
Then I have Foley, 2021 MM 638 AO.
There is a notice of non-filing.
I have Cook, 2021 CF 1132 AO.
And information was
It was filed?
Yes, Your Honor, back in February.
I have Jackson Jr., Devin Jackson Jr., 2021 CF 1111 AO.
And information was filed yesterday.
I have Scott, 2021 MM 698 AO.
Notice of non-filing.
I have Madison, 2021 CF 1148 AO.
It was filed this morning. Your Honor.
Okay. I have another Madison, 2021 CF 11467, 1147 AO.
This one was also filed this morning.
I have Richardson, 2021 MM 165 AO.
Notice of non-filing.
And then I have a John Doe, 2021 MM 630 AO.
Also a notice of non-filing.
Now, do we have anything for the better of the order, Madam Clerk? Parties?
No, Your Honor.
All right. All right, take us into recess.
Taylor May on behalf of the state. Kathy Kennedy Swans on behalf of the Office of State Attorney.
Letitia George on behalf of the Office of the Public Defender.
All right, I think we're ready to start. All right, this is case number 21 CF 2481AO. I'm going to appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent him.
Will waive, Your Honor.
All right, there is probable cause. Bond is $1,000. No contact. Actually, there are no conditions that I can impose on this one. Does the state agree? It's a $1,000 bond, but it's a criminal mischief here at the jail. So I can't order do not return. I can't order no contact with corrections officers who were involved. All right, that's what I did.
Well, I guess the court can order no contact with any victims or witnesses outside of the Orange County Jail. So if he was to bond out and see them at Publix, for
All right,
example.
so I will order that he's not allowed to have contact with any of the witnesses outside the Orange County Jail. Thank you.
Is there a second case, Your Honor?
On him, I don't think so. Not pending before this court today. He's got several cases.
Are you sure? This is
Oh, can I have it back? Let me check.
There's not possession of cocaine, cannabis with intent to sell and deliver. Trafficking meth.
I don't have that one.
20 CF 1824. 1824. He's already on it?
He was already seen for that.
Works a little askew here.
Next. All right, this is case number 21 CF 2477AO. I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent him.
Will waive.
There is probable cause. His bond is $2,500. He's not allowed to return to the scene, have contact with any victim or witness. He's not allowed to possess a weapon of any kind, firearm, or ammunition. I'm going to revoke his ROR in case number 21MM1359AO. At this time, I'm not going to replace that bond, so you'll have to file a motion, counselor. Please tell me your name.
Thomas James Fannin, ma'am.
You're here in case number 21MM1494AO, charged with assault on emergency medical care provider. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. There is probable cause in this case. Your bond will be $500. You're not allowed to have any contact with the victim or any witnesses in the case. You're not allowed to possess a weapon of any kind, firearm or ammunition. Are there any other conditions the state would request?
No, Your Honor, that should be it.
Good luck, sir.
Ma'am, may I address the court?
Yes, sir.
I have future doctors, I got fractures in my foot. I was wondering, I can't work or nothing. Is there any way I could plead to this today? Or,
Any way you can, enter a plea?
yeah, I got future doctor's appointments. I got fractures in my.
Let me ask the state if they're prepared to make an offer.
Thank you, ma'am.
No, you're right.
I think because of the type of charge this is, the state can't make an offer right now today. So unfortunately, you can't resolve it today, but you do have a bond, so you're able to bond out.
All right.
That was for Mr. Fannin?
What?
Was that for Mr. Fannin?
Yes.
Who stayed?
Please tell me your name.
Mary Sellers.
You're here in 21MM128AW, charged with petty theft, retail. There is probable cause. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Your bond will be $250. You're not allowed to return to the scene or have contact with any witnesses in the case.
Your Honor, the state made an offer of an adjudication of guilt, credit time served, no return. And what is it, 40?
Restitution in the amount of $40.
Okay.
Does she have another outstanding active warrant
Yes, Your Honor. From Louisiana?
from Louisiana? So there's a hold on her right now?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Ma'am, are you interested in taking the state's offer today?
Yes, ma'am.
Please raise your right hand to be sworn.
Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
All right. Have you had a chance to speak to the public defender this morning about the rights that you're giving up if you enter a plea today?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand that if you're on probation, which you could be, this plea could violate that probation?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand if you're not a United States citizen, this plea could subject you to deportation?
Yes, ma'am.
Has anyone threatened you or promised you anything other than the state's offer to get you to enter this plea today?
No.
At this time, how do you wish to plead to the charge of petty theft?
Guilty.
I'll accept your plea of guilty. I find it's freely and voluntarily made. I'll adjudicate you guilty. Give you credit for how many days in jail? 2 days in jail? I'll order that you have to pay restitution in the amount of
$40, Your Honor.
$40. You're not allowed to return. Do you have the address for the business, counselor?
Yes, Your Honor. It is 9101 International Drive, number 2240. The business is Tapa Toro.
All right, you're not allowed to return there. What other conditions are part of the plea offer, counselor?
That's it, Your Honor.
That's it? All right. All right, you have 30 days to appeal in writing, ma'am. Good luck. No. Yes, sir. Thank you. Case number 21CF22350. He has a warrant for attempted burglary of a conveyance. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office.
We'll waive, Your Honor.
His bond is $1,000, no contact with the victim and not return to the scene. Please tell me your name.
Good morning, ma'am. How you doing?
Good. What's your name?
Willie Joseph Clark, ma'am.
All right, you're here in case number 21CF2471880, charged with grand theft. There is probable cause for this case. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Your bond is $2,500. You're not allowed to have contact with any witnesses in this case. You're not allowed to return to Academy Sports. Sir, I have a note that you are on sex offender probation. You still have to maintain those reporting requirements. You understand that?
Well, we had, went through that before. I just came about 2 weeks ago on my other charge. I've been locked up now 2 weeks.
Okay.
To be exact, and,
But when you get out, you still have to maintain your registration requirements and all that?
I understand that.
All right.
What I wanted to ask, ma'am, if it's no problem, is, that my, last week I was put in for, my, state attorney my, public defender put in for me, bond reinstatement.
Wait, a what? Can you guys hold on one second?
Bond reinstatement, and he said that I would be hearing from him, from you guys for Monday or Tuesday, and I was assuming that maybe you had some type of information on that or anything on that, because I was trying to get my bond reinstated so that I could bond.
You have a bond. I gave you a bond in this case.
Okay, I understand that, but I was out on bond. And my bond was revoked.
Oh, I don't have those cases before me. I did not revoke those bonds today. So if another judge did that, what'll happen is your attorney has to file a motion with the trial judge who's hearing that case.
Okay.
So it won't be here today. But Counselor, Mr. George, can you make a note of that in his case to have his attorney follow back up with him?
Yes, Your Honor.
Because what they'll do is they'll set that bond hearing in front of your trial judge.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
But I gave you a bond in this case today.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Good luck. Sorry, I just couldn't hear him. Thank you.
Your Honor, we have Catino.
Yes.
Refused court.
Oh, case number 21 CF 248480, attempted burglary of a conveyance. Counselor, I'm going to appoint your office. There is probable cause. I'm going to find his refusal to come to court a waiver of his appearance today. His bond is $1,000. He's not allowed to have contact with the victim or return to the scene. And he's not allowed to possess a weapon, firearm, or ammunition. That's all at this time. Please tell me your name.
Louis.
Did you say Junior Louis? All right. You're here in 21 CF 249680, charged with battery on uniformed or licensed security officer. There is probable cause. I'm appointing the public defender's office to represent you. Your bond is $5,000. You're not allowed to have any contact with the victim in this case. You're not allowed to return to Wawa. You're not allowed to possess a weapon of any kind, firearm, or ammunition. Do you understand? You have to answer out loud. You understand? Okay. Good luck, sir.
Nicole McKellen.
Hold on. All right, that's case number 20MM326480. A capias was issued for her arrest for possession of drug paraphernalia. The bond is $500. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent her, and I find her behavior a waiver of her appearance today. In case number 21 CF 249280, she's charged with possession of MDMA and possession of drug paraphernalia. There is probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender's office. Her bond is $1,000 on count one, $500 on count two. She's not allowed to possess or consume any illegal substances or have contact with any known drug dealers. In case number 20 CF 12732, I'm going to revoke her bond, Counselor. No. In her case is a drug case. Yeah. I didn't say no return. No. Yes. Okay, sorry, I was like, no, it's not a battery. Please tell me your name.
Delray Petrie.
You're here in case number 21 CF 2494. You're charged with possession of synthetic cannabinoids and resisting an officer without violence. There is probable cause. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Your bond is $1,000 on count one, $100 on count two.
Your Honor, the state has no objection to an ROR on this case. He's currently on a nonviolent offense, and he has no prior failures to appear, and no other Florida history, just some out-of-state history. So the state believes that he would appear for all future court dates, and he's not currently on a violent offense.
Thank you, Counselor. His out-of-state history includes harassment, simple assault, criminal mischief, theft by unlawful taking, violation of controlled substance, trespass, burglary, false identification to law enforcement, resisting arrest, unlawful restraint, retail theft, harassment. Okay, those are the convictions. Then there are other arrests, including
Your Honor.
escape and violating his probation.
Your Honor, again, he has 0 failures to appear in this case, and they're nonviolent offenses. And it does not appear that my client currently works. So if you give him a bond, he's gonna sit here.
Can I speak, please?
No, do not talk about the
Yes,
facts.
ma'am, sorry.
Why doesn't he qualify for pretrial release?
He wasn't interviewed, Your Honor. He was in Safe Book. And then from Safe Book, they moved him to IA Holding. He was-
I'm not inclined to ROR him.
Yeah.
But what I'll do is, if he can be interviewed for pretrial release, if he qualifies for pretrial release, I'll allow that. Your conditions are you're not allowed to possess or consume any illegal substances, and you're not allowed to have contact with any known drug dealers. Do you understand? Otherwise, his monetary bond is staying.
Your Honor, he just moved here. I don't,
Yes, I stay at the coalition. I'm actually,
he stays at the Coalition for the Homeless. I'm not sure if that will qualify for pretrial release.
Does it?
It could, but I mean, other conditions, we will have to verify.
So that will qualify?
Yeah.
I'm not saying that that will definitely qualify him, but having that as an address will work?
Yeah.
All right.
yes, ma'am, thank you.
So if he qualifies, he gets PTR. If not, 1,000 and 100. Good luck, sir. Please tell me your name.
Rosa Moore.
Ma'am, you're hearing case number 19, hold on, let me get this right. 19 CF 14958AO. Charged with violating your probation by committing a new law violation of burglary of a dwelling. At this time, there's no bond. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Good luck.
So I just got to do 2 years and that's all?
That's not for this court to decide. I'm not sentencing you today. I'm just advising you that the reason you're here is the violation of probation, and there is no bond at this time. So your attorney can file a motion in front of the trial judge who's hearing this case to get you a bond, if that judge will give you one. Otherwise, there will be a hearing, and the state will have to present evidence that you violated your probation.
I'm not bonding out because I don't have no family and I'm not finna just tell anybody where I put my money.
Ma'am, you don't have a bond. You can't bond out. There is no bond at this time. So
Okay.
you just have to talk to your attorney about your case, okay?
Yeah.
All right, good luck.
Your Honor, Armstrong, his behavior.
All right, this is case number 20 CT 3213, failing to appear for arraignment on violating a non-resident requirement for a driver's license. His bond is $2,000. I'll find his behavior to be a waiver of his appearance today. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office anyway.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Melendez, medical.
All right, this is case number 21MM1473AO, trespass on property after warning. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent him.
Your Honor, we would waive, but we would ask for a ROR. We were gonna try and resolve this case today.
What says the state?
That is correct, Your Honor. The offer was an adjudication of credit time served. He doesn't have any other failures to appear, so the state has no objection to an ROR.
All right, I'll release him on his own recognizance with the condition that he's not allowed to return to Belmont Plaza, 3030 North Goldenrod Road. Please tell me your name, sir.
My name is Ralph Enrique Quiles.
You're here in 21 MM 43AE, charged with trespassing on property not a structure or conveyance. There is probable cause. Your bond is $500. Does the state have an offer?
Yes, Your Honor. It was an adjudication of credit time served and no return.
At this time, this court is contemplating revoking your bond on your out-on-bond case. 21 CF 2360AO. Can the state advise if you filed charges?
It has not been filed on yet. The arrest was just February 25th. However, it is the same address as this current case.
All right, sir, so I want you to know that you can accept the state's offer today, and I'll sentence you according to what the state just recommended. However, at this time, I'm going to revoke your bond on 21 CF 2360, which means you're not going to get out today. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Do you want to have a minute to talk to your attorney really quickly?
You're asking for him to be revoked as well? Sorry. Are you guys asking for it? Your Honor, my client wants to accept the state's offer of an adjudication of guilt. Credit time served, no return, but we would ask that you take no action on his out-on-bond case. This is a trespass case, even though it was the same location. He is employed full-time, and the facts of the case are very, very weak.
Or what?
Weak. And the arrest.
You mean the trespass or the attempted burglary? I'm still inclined to revoke it.
The burglary of a conveyance. We would just ask that if you are going to, because my client is employed full-time, that you revoke and impose a higher bond as opposed to holding him at no bond, being that he is employed.
I'm not inclined to do that, counselor, because it's the same location.
Yes, Your Honor. However, my client was going to pick up his vehicle, so.
A different one than what was listed in the attempted burglary charge?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm not inclined to do that. I'm sorry, counselor. So I just want to make sure before he enters this plea, he understands he's not getting out today. You understand that? So you don't have to enter a plea of guilty or no contest at this time. You can do that, or you don't have to. It's up to you. Does the state have do you have any information on the attempted burglary?
I can try to look up some.
Your Honor, we're not going to accept the offer today.
All right. At this time, sir, your bond in 21 MM 43AE is, I'll make it $100. You're not allowed to return to the scene or have contact with any witnesses, and I'm revoking your bond in 21 CF 2360AO. Good luck, sir. Please tell me your name.
Kenneth Dwayne Fleming.
Sir, you're here because a warrant was issued for your arrest for trespass on property after warning. The bond is $500. You're not allowed to return to Rosemont Plaza. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Does the state have an offer in this case?
I'm sorry, Your Honor. Who was Which defendant is this?
Kenneth Fleming.
The offer was time served.
So they did have an offer.
There's an adjudication for time served.
All right, are you interested in accepting that offer today?
Yes.
Please raise your right hand to be sworn.
You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
All right, sir, did you have an opportunity to speak with the public defender this morning about the rights that you're giving up if you enter a plea today?
I'm sorry?
Did you have a chance to speak with your lawyer about the rights you're giving up?
Yes.
You understand those rights?
Yes, I do, ma'am.
Do you have any questions about those rights?
No, I don't.
You understand that if you're on probation in any jurisdiction, this plea could violate that probation?
I'm sorry, I could not hear you.
If you're on probation, this plea could violate your probation.
I'm not on probation.
All right. You understand if you're not a United States citizen, this plea could subject you to deportation?
Yes, I do understand that.
All right. Did anyone threaten you or promise you anything to get you to enter this plea other than the state's offer?
No.
At this time, how do you wish to plead to the charge of trespass on property after warning?
No contest.
I'll accept your plea of no contest. I find it's freely and voluntarily made. I'll adjudicate you guilty, give you credit for
2 days.
2 days in jail. Sir, I'll order that you pay court costs. I'll give you a year to pay them. You're not allowed to return to Rosemont Plaza, and you have 30 days to appeal in writing. Good luck, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Please tell me your name.
Melissa Van Cleve.
You're here because a KPS was issued for your arrest in 20 MM 6700AO.
Yes.
For failing to appear on a trespass charge. Your bond is $2,000. I'll appoint the public defender's office. Does the state have an offer?
Yes, Your Honor, to withhold credit time served, no return.
Are you interested in accepting that?
Yes.
Let me ask Ms. George, did any of these people sign plea agreements?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, ma'am, raise your right hand, please.
You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
You had an opportunity to speak with your lawyer before court about the rights you're giving up by entering this plea?
Yes.
Do you have any questions for me about those rights?
No.
You understand if you're on probation, this plea could violate that probation?
Yes.
You understand if you're not a United States citizen, this plea could subject you to deportation?
Yes.
Has anyone threatened you or promised you anything?
No.
All right. At this time, how do you wish to plead to the charge of trespass other than a structure or conveyance?
Guilty.
I'll accept your plea of guilty. I find it's freely and voluntarily made. I'll withhold adjudication, give you credit for
4 days.
4 days in jail. I'll order that you're not allowed to return to the scene, and I'll order that you pay court costs, and I'll give you a year to pay them. You have 30 days to appeal in writing. Good luck.
Yes.
Please tell me your name.
David Keith.
You're here in 21 MM 1472AO, charged with soliciting without a permit and roadway solicitation. Does the state have an offer in this case?
Yes, Your Honor, to withhold credit time served.
All right, sir, there is probable cause. Are you interested in accepting that offer?
Yes, ma'am.
Please raise your right hand.
You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you had an opportunity to speak with your attorney before court. You understand the rights you're giving up by entering this plea?
Yes, ma'am.
You have any questions for me about those rights?
No, ma'am.
You understand if you're on probation, this plea could violate that?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand if you're not a United States citizen, this plea could subject you to deportation?
Yes, ma'am.
Did anyone threaten you or promise you anything to get you to enter this plea? All right, at this time, how do you wish to plead to soliciting without a permit and roadway solicitation?
No contest.
I'll accept your plea of no contest. I find it's freely and voluntarily made. I'll withhold adjudication, give you credit for 2 days in jail. I'll order you that you pay court costs, and I'll give you a year to pay them. Sir, you have 30 days to appeal in writing.
Thank you.
Good luck. Please tell me your name. You're here in case number 21 CF 2487AO, charged with possession of cocaine. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you. There is probable cause in this case. Does either party have any arguments?
He's going to be asking for PCR. I believe he does qualify, and he has no prior failures to appear and to non-violent.
All right. I show that you qualify for pretrial release, sir. At this time, I'll place you on pretrial release. You're not allowed to possess or consume any illegal substances. You'll be subject to random drug screens, and you're not allowed to have any contact with known drug dealers. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll order that the screens begin 48 hours after release.
When do I get released?
I think however long it takes them to process you. Good luck, sir. Please tell me your name.
Chris Clifton.
All right, sir, you're here in case number 2174CT. A warrant was issued for your arrest out of Seminole County. With no bond for failing to appear for arraignment on driving while license suspended or revoked and failing to have a motor vehicle, failing to have insurance. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you and will notify Seminole County that you're here. You're also here in case number 21CT1634. Charged with driving while license suspended or revoked. There is probable cause. Your bond is $500. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you in that as well. In case number 20CT1175AE, a capias was issued for your arrest for failing to appear for arraignment on a charge of driving while license suspended. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you in that case as well. And then in case number 21CF2473AO, you're charged with possession of cocaine. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you. I do find there's probable cause in this case. Your bond is $1,000. You're not allowed to possess or consume any illegal substances or have contact with any known drug dealers. Do you understand? All right, good luck, sir. Please tell me your name.
My name is Giovanni Diaz.
Sir, you're here because a warrant was issued for your arrest in 21CF1325 for failing to report or check in within 30 days for sex offender reporting requirements. Does the state wish to be heard on bond?
One second, Your Honor. No, Your Honor.
All right, your bond is $5,000. Sir, you still have reporting requirements and you must maintain those. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Good luck. Thank you. Give me 1 second. All right, sir, please tell me your name.
My name is Stacy Foster. I was wanting to know if, sorry.
Let me tell you why you're here, sir, okay? You're here in case number 21CF2486AO, charged with possession of methamphetamine and possession of drug paraphernalia. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you. There is probable cause in this case. Ms. George, did you want to be heard?
Your Honor, we would just ask for pre-trial release.
Does the state object?
No, Your Honor. The state would recommend an ROR.
All right, sir, I'm going to place you on pretrial release. You qualify for that, which means you don't have to post a monetary bond. But your special conditions are you're not allowed to possess or consume any illegal substances or have contact with any known drug dealers. You will be drug tested on pretrial release. Does anyone know do any of the attorneys know the life cycle of methamphetamine?
No, Your Honor, I do not.
All right, I'm going to order that drug screens don't start for a week from release.
What if it's still in my system?
I can't hear you. Get really close. You have to leave your mask on. Just get close to the mic.
What if it's still in my system from?
You can stay with your sister. That's fine. I'm not.
I said,
No,
what if
it's still in his,
Oh.
Your Honor, we would ask for,
Well, that's why I said a week, because I can't imagine the life cycle's longer than a week,
I
right?
smoke marijuana as well.
Well, you can't do that now.
Yeah, but if
we would ask for 30 days, Your Honor.
Subject to 30 days.
All right, I'll give you 30 days for it to get out of your system.
Okay.
But you understand you can't smoke marijuana either. No drugs
Okay.
while you're on pretrial release.
If I'm positive for marijuana in 30 days though, because marijuana is 30 to 60 days, can I have a?
Should be about 30, so we'll see.
Okay, is this for both the paraphernalia and?
All drugs.
No.
You can't smoke any drugs, and you'll be tested for all illegal substances.
And I'm PCR for both my charges.
I can't hear him.
I'm
Oh, yes, you're on pretrial release on both charges. Sorry, I'm trying to understand what you're saying. It's the microphone.
Thank you.
All right, good luck, sir. Please tell me your name.
Vincent Giancola.
You're here because a capias was issued for your arrest in 20 CF 14513AO for failing to appear for arraignment on charges of burglary of a dwelling and petty theft. There is no bond on that capias. I will appoint the public defender's office to represent you. You're not allowed to have any contact with the victim. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Good luck, sir. Please tell me your name.
Kiera Habdi.
You're here because a capias was issued for your arrest in 20 CF 8414AO for failing to appear for a pretrial status on possession of controlled substance and possession of paraphernalia. Your bond is $1,000 on count 1 and $100 on count 2, and I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Good luck, ma'am. I appreciate the peanut gallery laughing at the bench. Please tell me your name.
Tabitha Jones.
All right, you're here in case number 21 CF 2495AO, charged with driving while license suspended or revoked as a habitual offender. There is probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you.
Okay.
You're also out on bond in 20 CT 1061AA, charged with the same offense. Does the state wish to be heard on bond? Hold on, I'm asking the prosecutor.
No action on the out on bond and stay the bond for the current offense.
So even though she's out on bond for the exact same offense,
Yes, Your Honor.
the state does not want me to revoke her bond?
No, Your Honor.
Can the state or the defense give any reason why?
Your Honor, these are nonviolent offenses.
All right, at this time, I'll take no action on your out on bond case. Your bond will be $2,500 in 21 CF 2495AO. Ma'am, you can't drive without a valid license, you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck.
Thank you.
Please tell me your name.
Two Lamb.
You're here because a warrant was issued for your arrest in case number 21 CF 2321 for failing to update your driver's license as a sexual offender.
Yes, ma'am.
At this time, your bond is $5,000. You must maintain all of your sex offender reporting requirements. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you say no or yes?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Please tell me your name.
Christopher Lawson.
Did you say Christopher Lawson? All right. You're here in case number 21 CF 18930. A warrant was issued for your arrest for failing to report within 30 days of changing your residence on sex offender reporting requirements. Your bond on that is $5,000. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. You must maintain your sex offender reporting requirements. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You don't have to tell me why. Your attorney is cautioning you because everything you say right now is on the record. I just want to make sure you understand what I'm telling you right now. All right, hold on. You're also here because a capias was issued for your arrest in 20 CF 5605AO for failing to report at the driver's license office as a sexual predator. Sir, there is no bond authorized on that capias. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. In case number 20 CF 1856AO, another capias was issued for your arrest for failing to report as a sexual predator to the sheriff's office during your birth month and during every third month thereafter. There's no bond on that capias. And I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. So I've appointed the public defender's office to represent you in all of your cases, sir. Good luck. Please tell me your name.
Rafael Lopez.
Sir, a capias was issued for your arrest in 2019 CF 113698 for failing to appear for a status hearing on a possession of heroin with intent to sell or deliver, possession of a controlled substance with intent to sell or deliver, possession of oxycodone, and possession of drug paraphernalia. There's no bond authorized on that capias. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. So you were also out on bond in 20 MM 8965 Just based on the charges, at this time, I'm not going to revoke that. Does the state object?
No, Your Honor.
All right, good luck, sir. Please tell me your name.
Yambi Lane.
In 21 MM 1499 you're charged with resisting an officer without violence. There is probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Your bond is $500. In case number 21 CF 2375, a warrant was issued for your arrest for written threats to kill or do bodily injury and aggravated stalking. Another judge has already found probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Does the state wish to be heard as to bond?
Not at this time, Your Honor.
I'm sorry? Oh, not at this time? All right.
Your Honor, my client does qualify for pretrial release. She has 0 felonies, misdemeanors, or failures to appear. And she's employed full-time.
All right, at this time, I'm going to place you on pretrial release in addition to a monetary bond. Yes, for both counts. It'll be pretrial release and a monetary bond. Your bond is going to be $15,000 on count 2 and $150 on count 1. You're not allowed to have any contact with the victim. Do you know what no contact means?
Yes, ma'am.
No electronic communication. You can't call on the telephone. You can't send a text message. You can't send a message through a friend. You can't contact the victim through any electronic communication, an app on your phone. You understand, no contact.
Right.
You're not allowed to possess a weapon of any kind, firearm or ammunition. I'll order that you're not allowed to be within 1,000 feet of the victim. Are there any other conditions the state would request?
No, Your Honor.
Your Honor, just to clarify, on her resisting, are you giving her pretrial release?
Oh, yes, I'll do pretrial release on that as well, that case as well.
What's the bond?
No bond on that. Change the bond to PTR on the second case.
Straight PTR, right?
Straight PTR.
Okay. And no conditions.
Right, no conditions on that one. I'm just reviewing this really quickly. I don't see anything else. All right. Good luck, ma'am. Please tell me your name.
Malik McCrary.
You're here in case number 21 CF 2493 charged with carrying a concealed firearm. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you. There is probable cause. Your bond is $2,500. And in case number 20 CF 934 there was a capias issued for your arrest for carrying a concealed firearm. That authorizes pretrial release, but I don't see that he qualifies. Why doesn't he qualify?
You can qualify, Your Honor.
Your Honor, we would ask for pretrial release. He has no criminal history.
The state has no objection, Your Honor.
I'm going to place you on pretrial release. You're going to be subject to random drug screens. You're not allowed to possess a weapon of any kind, firearm, or ammunition. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Drug screens are to begin 30 days after his release. Good luck. Both cases.
Kelly, his behavior.
What about, I don't have that. I have Dontavius Mitchum.
Mitchell refused.
Okay, hold on. There's several cases here. In 23053, it's a warrant out of Seminole County with no bond. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent him. And in all cases, I find his refusal a willing waiver of his appearance in court today. 21 CF 386 is a warrant out of Lake County. Bond is $2,000. I'll appoint the public defender's office. Then CF 21001532, a warrant out of Polk County for grand theft and felony petty theft. Bond is $1,000 on each count. I'll appoint the public defender's office and will notify them he's here. He refused. I got that one. All right, so in '21 CF 2466, a warrant was issued for his arrest for felony petty theft. $1,000 bond. He's not allowed to return to the Publix located at 2600 McGuire Road in Ocoee, Florida. He's not allowed to possess or consume any alcoholic beverages. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent him. Did I get them all?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So in all cases, appoint the PD. All right, what's your name?
Jeremy Nunez.
Jeremy Nunez?
Yes.
All right. Sir, a warrant was issued for your arrest. Wait. You're here in 20 CF 11299 for violating your probation. There's no bond on that. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. In 21 CF 2464AO, you're charged with attempted burglary of a conveyance, attempted burglary of an occupied dwelling, possession of burglary tools, and 4 counts of manufacturing cannabis. Sir, I reviewed the probable cause affidavit. There is probable cause. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Does anyone want to be heard on bond?
No, you're.
No, Your Honor.
All right. Your bond is going to be $1,000 on count 1 and then $150 on each subsequent count. You're not allowed to have any contact with the victim in this case, and you're not allowed to return to the scene. You understand what no contact means?
Yes.
You're not allowed to possess a weapon of any kind, firearm, or ammunition, and you're not allowed to possess or consume any illegal substances. As to case number 20MM8652AO, you're out on bond for violating conditions of pretrial release on a domestic violence case. Does the state wish to be heard?
Yes, Your Honor. State would request that you revoke bond on that case.
All right, I'm going to revoke your bond on that case. Good luck, sir.
No, I see it. No.
Please tell me your name.
Christopher Alden Oyag.
You're here in case number 21 CF 2483AO, charged with burglary of a dwelling and grand theft. There is probable cause, sir. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Your bond is $5,000 on count 1, $150 on count 2. You're not allowed to return to the scene or have any contact with any of the victims or witnesses in this case. Do you understand what no contact means?
Yes, ma'am.
You're not allowed to possess a weapon of any kind, firearm or ammunition. And you're also not allowed to possess or consume any illegal substances. Good luck, sir. Yes, subsidiary. Please tell me your name.
Woody Ramsey.
You're here in 20 CF 11802. A warrant was issued for violating your pretrial release in that you did possess or consume illegal drugs on January 24th. At this time, there is no bond authorized on that warrant, and I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. Good luck. Please tell me your name.
Terrence Bolden.
All right, you're here in 2015 CF 1654480. A warrant was issued for your arrest for violating your probation in that you failed to report to the probation officer in Alabama, and actually 2 counts of that, and then also by failing to attend and successfully complete the batterer's intervention program. At this time, there's no bond authorized on that, and I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. Good luck. Please tell me your name.
Henry William Johnson.
You're hearing case number 2018 CF 14612.
Yes.
A warrant was issued for your arrest for violating your probation, community control, by failing to remain confined to his approved residence except for 1/2 hour before and after approved employment, public service work, or any other activities.
I was,
Hold on, this isn't a hearing, sir. You don't have to explain to this court.
no, I was just saying, I was at the office when I was arrested, when I reported for my weekly yesterday.
All right, well,
Yeah.
at this time, there's no bond on this warrant, but your attorney will set a hearing for you, and at that time, you can talk about the facts of the violation. Good luck. Did I appoint the public defender? I am.
Thank you.
Please tell me your name.
Raul Medina.
You're here because a warrant was issued for your arrest in 2017 CF 10551-00080 for violating your probation by accessing the internet or other computer services. You were accessing the internet dating site, Plenty of Fish. At this time, there's no bond on this warrant. I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. Good luck. Please tell me your name.
Richard Carpenter.
A capias was issued for your arrest out of Alachua County, Florida, in case number 20 CF 1323AO-A. The capias is for 3 counts: fraud, impersonating, using the ID of someone else, fraudulent use of credit cards, and petty theft, second-degree first offense. Your bail is $10,000 on count 1, $5,000 on count 2, and $1,000 on count 1. We'll notify Alachua County that you're here, but you do have bond authorized on this warrant. Good luck, sir.
Thank you.
Please tell me your name.
James Crum.
All right. Mr. Crum, a warrant was issued for your arrest in case number 20 CF 3380 out of Osceola County for petty theft, third or subsequent offense. Your bond is $5,000 with the condition that you may not return to the scene. We'll notify Osceola County that you're here. In case number 20 CF 585B, a warrant was issued for your arrest out of Lake County for failing to appear on a charge of felony petty theft. There's no bond on that. I'm going to appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you, and we'll notify Lake County that you're here. I think that's all the warrants I have today on this case. All right, good luck, sir. Please tell me your name.
Robert Lewick.
A warrant was issued for your arrest out of Duval County in case number C1603583. It looks like a child support writ. Your purge amount is $750. Duval County is saying that they will extradite you, so we'll notify them that you're here.
Now, can I pay that here?
You can.
I can?
Yeah, you can pay it. So if you're able to pay the purge amount, you can get out. If you're not, then we'll contact Duval County and let them know.
We're trying to find out if I was allowed to pay it here or not.
You are.
Where do I pay it? I don't know.
I don't know the answer to that. All right, good luck, sir. Please tell me your name.
Osvaldo Mendez.
You're here because a warrant was issued for your arrest in Seminole County for failing to appear for trial, scheduling on a possession of cocaine charge. There's no bond. Possession of paraphernalia, no bond. We'll notify them that you're here. And I'm going to appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Please tell me your name.
Lauren Joseph Violetti.
You're here because a warrant was issued for your arrest out of Seminole County in case number 19 CF 1246 for violation of probation on grand theft. There is no bond on that. We'll notify them that you're here, and I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. And he has an out-on-bond case.
No action on it, Your Honor.
I'm not going to take any action on that case. Good luck, sir. Please tell me your name.
David Wallace.
You're here in 20 MM 2767. A warrant was issued for your arrest out of Lake County for failure to appear on a possession of paraphernalia. Your bond is $10,000. Petty theft, second offense, your bond is also $10,000. Your total bond is $20,000. We'll notify them that you're here, and I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. Good luck, sir.
No action on the out on bond yet?
And no action on the out-on bond. Please tell me your name.
Angel Wilcox.
In case number 20 CF 255A, you're here because a warrant, looks like a violation of probation out of Seminole County.
I wasn't aware that I had a warrant.
Don't talk about the facts, sorry.
It looks like you were on probation and committed the new law violations of battery on a law enforcement officer, aggravated battery, battery domestic violence. and resisting an officer with violence here in Orange County. All right, so at this, I don't think the affidavit and violation report has been filed yet in Seminole County, but it will be. At this time, I'll hold you at no bond on that probation violation, and we'll contact Seminole County, and I am appointing the Public Defender's Office to represent you.
Okay.
right.
So I contacted the police because my sister jumped on me. Okay, I was outside exercising. I did send a letter to the public defender yesterday explaining all of that. So I am extremely perplexed as to why I am here and why did I call the police for help.
So I don't know anything about the facts, but you were arrested for those charges, the aggravated battery, the battery, domestic violence, the resisting an officer with violence. You were arrested for all of those things. And
Right.
that's what violated your probation.
Right.
So today, we're not having an evidentiary hearing or a trial.
So then what, okay, so what do I,
You talked to your attorney about it?
I don't have an attorney.
You do. I appointed the Public Defender's Office to represent you
Well, I wrote them and nobody has spoken to me about anything.
since yesterday.
Yes. And
Right.
but my mother spoke to the public defender and explained to her that this would be dismissed because my mother was present and explained the same thing that I just explained to you.
All right, so the way dismissing charges works is the state of Florida is prosecuting you for both the new law violations as well as the violation of probation. So the state of Florida has the ability to drop charges and not prosecute you, and also to go forward and prosecute you. That power rests solely with the state of Florida. So I don't know what the state of Florida is going to do with either your new law violation or your violation of probation. That's up to the state of Florida.
Okay.
So your
Well, the
attorney
reason-
is going to talk to.
The reason I was asking is
Hold on,
because
let me finish.
I'm 6 days
Can I,
from.
please stop talking.
Okay, go
Let me
ahead.
finish. Your attorney is going to talk to the state attorney on your behalf. That's why you have an attorney. So if there are defenses in your case, they're going to raise those defenses to the state of Florida. And then the state makes those decisions. The court doesn't make those decisions. So what I did today was advise you, these are the charges against you. You don't have a bond on the violation of probation. I appointed the Public Defender's Office to represent you. So that's who you have to talk to about the facts of your case. Everything that you say here today is being recorded and can be used against you later.
That's fine. I'm okay with that. So when will someone come and see me?
I don't know what the Public Defender's Office will do. That's up to them. That's between you and your attorney. So you have to call the Public Defender's Office.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, good luck, ma'am. Is there anything else before the court adjourns for the day?
No, Your Honor.
Nothing? No? Okay.
No, Your Honor.